The Golden State Warriors, fresh off seasons battling injury, age, and the weight of dynastic expectation, suddenly roll the dice and snag Derrick White, a Boston Celtics star lauded for his clutch defense and consistent three-point shot. How would the West, and the league as a whole, react to such a seismic jolt? While rumor season always stirs up wild ideas, there may be more substance to this talk than meets the eye. As Boston stares down some of the hardest choices in recent memory and the Warriors hurry to maximize the Stephen Curry era, both franchises find themselves at an inflection point, one that could change their trajectories for years to come. Tonight, let's unravel the true impact of a potential Derrick White trade, weighing every angle of this blockbuster proposal, the opportunity. Why Derrick White now? Much of this speculation started when Yahoo's Kevin O'Connor and ESPN's Zach Lowe raised a scenario that once seemed unthinkable. Boston, forced by circumstance, could listen to offers on Derrick White. Why is this so significant? Quite simply, White is one of the most complete two-way guards in the NBA. A player often described as the glue that binds the Celtics' contender identity together. His value goes beyond the stat sheet. White is an elite perimeter defender, a secondary playmaker. And last year, he shot 38.4% from three while launching over 9 attempts a game. Those are all-star caliber numbers in today's league for a player who's not the first or even second option in his offense. But the Celtics are facing a unique moment, with Jason Tatum, their franchise centerpiece, possibly sidelined for most of the upcoming season. Boston must decide. Do they keep the band together, deferring the pain but risking mediocrity with their star on the sideline? Or do they extract value from coveted assets like White and gear up for a reloaded run when Tatum is back at full strength? The $118 million owed to White over 4 years is, for an impact player in this CBA, actually a team-friendly deal, only making him more desirable around the league. The Warriors' calculated gamble. From the Warriors' perspective, the timing couldn't be better. Golden State recently locked in Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler to anchor a veteran core. The window is open, but it's only a crack. With stars aging, every roster addition must be a winning move. Butler's arrival signals a serious push, but pairing Curry with a high-level defensive guard on a good contract could make the Warriors terrifying in both the regular season and deep playoff runs. Derrick White, who could slide in as the starting two-guard or sixth man, represents a seamless fit. His low ego style, ability to play off Curry or run units as a secondary creator, and never-off defensive mentality checks every box for Stephen Kerr's system. Golden State also holds several first-round picks, 2026, 2028, 2032, plus swap rights in odd years. A valuable war chest for a win-now trade. If a player like White truly becomes available, you have to think Bob Myers and company are ready with the phone in hand. What makes Derrick White so valuable? Let's go beyond the highlights for a moment. Derrick White is just entering his early 30s, but it feels as though each year he's still expanding his game. In clutch moments, he's become a go-to for the Celtics, making plays on both ends, breaking up runs or hitting dagger threes. His defensive IQ and anticipation are matched by few guards league-wide. He routinely takes on the other team's toughest perimeter assignment. Statistically, his value is undeniable. 3.4% 3PT shooting on 9.1 attempts per game. Elite for his position, all defensive caliber impact, guard switching, off-ball discipline, and exceptional help defense, versatility. Can run point or play without the ball, excelling. As a connector, his contract, too, makes him easier to integrate into a contending roster. In a CBA era where many teams are paralyzed by the luxury tax. The Celtics' perspective. What's the path forward? Of course, trading a player like White comes at a high emotional and strategic cost. His influence in the locker room and unique fit with Tatum and Jaylen Brown are hard to replicate. However, with Tatum out, Boston's title hopes dim. Does trading White represent a quick retool, collecting picks, developing young players, trimming salary, then reloading when Tatum returns? Or does the risk of falling into years of mediocrity outweigh any short-term benefit? These are the questions keeping Brad Stevens, and his front office up at night. ESPN's Zach Lowe underscored the depressing aspect of even considering moving White. Yet sometimes, front offices are forced to be pragmatic, not sentimental, especially with rival teams ready to pounce on any sign of hesitation. Projecting the Warriors with Derrick White. Let's get imaginative. Curry, White, Butler, Green, and a rotating cast of young or veteran bigs. That lineup can space the floor, defend at an elite level, and deploy multiple playmakers without sacrificing shooting or toughness. White's presence would let Kerr experiment with defensive lineups, hide Curry more often against physically demanding guards, and allow Butler to conserve energy for offense. Off the bench, White could anchor second units or play closing lineups in late-game situations. The ripple effect? Golden State stays contender strong, with insurance for inevitable absences and fatigue as their stars age. And with much of White's salary offset by a steady cap trajectory, the Warriors avoid the worst of the luxury tax for at least a few more years. What would it cost? And is it worth it? Make no mistake, Boston's leverage is high. Multiple first-round picks, young prospects or creative pick swaps would likely need to be on the table. Yet the Warriors may see this as a rare all-in moment, the very kind they're built around. The debate for Warriors fans hinges on philosophy. Hold on to draft assets and pray for another homegrown miracle, or go all in for proven, playoff-hardened talent while Curry and Butler are still elite. In today's NBA, fortune often favors the bold. Sound off on the future. So, what do you think? Should the Warriors mortgage more of their future for Derrick White and push their chips to the center of the table? Should the Celtics even entertain offers for a player about to enter his best years? This is the kind of dilemma that can help define the next era for both franchises. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you make this trade? Why or why not? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and share. Your support keeps these NBA conversations alive on our channel. Stay tuned for more exclusive insights every week as the CBA may change, but the pursuit of a championship never stops. Thanks for watching.